Cool.
So this Different Shades Group, make sure you follow us on Instagram at Different Shades Group, and also on YouTube and SoundCloud as well. And of course, it'll be available on iTunes and Spotify. So this week we are talking about Love Island because it's popping. It's popping.
It's the nation's favourite now. I know people are denying it, but it really is the nation's favourite because I see on my timeline everybody gets a bit emotional when somebody does some trash behaviour.
You know what it was? I don't know if they had some guy in there. I don't know if he's still in there. That tall basketball player.
Who, OVIE?
I don't rate him, bro. I think people are getting hella excited because he's 6'7", but the girls who are still like, oh, he's 6'7". Love, you're 5'2". We can't even see you anyway. Like, why do you even care?
You know what? OVIE is the danger to is he brought like another angle to it, but you could see who pairs up with who anyway. Like it's obvious. I mean, we go down to the nation's most hated, which is Curtis. I know everybody thought I was going to say Michael, but it's definitely Curtis because he's made somebody fall in love with him, and she's devastated.
So you don't have to try very hard, to be fair.
No, but you see, this is the same thing I've always said to ladies, because I know I get like a lot of questions. Oh, what I'm thinking when they're cheating. Like sometimes the nice guys are the worst guys because they don't know how to separate this. Like, I'm not feeling this. Mm-hmm. So anybody had seen that episode of where Casa Amor, we know that's like the devil's lair, Casa Amor. Yeah. That was going to happen. The heads were going to turn. People were going to do foul things, and
it's, I don't know. I like the concept though. It definitely mixes it up.
Yeah.
The fact they've got a set, because I was kind of jarring of them after a few weeks. I'm like, okay,
everybody
like,
pretending to be in love. Yeah.
Yeah, and me as well. I'm a bit like, I know it's in a villa and it's all lovely and the rest of it, but when it get a bit jarring, the villa's only so big, you kind of feel a bit claustrophobic.
But I still find it hilarious how people are finding these bonds after a day or two.
Finding what after a day?
They're like these bonds. It's like, I really love this person.
No, you know what it is, yeah? I've never said the word connection in my life as much as these men say the word connection.
Yeah.
So we really have a connection. We really have a connection.
That's like
I don't understand what that means. I don't even understand the word when they use it. I understand what it means in real life, but to me it just sounds like she's buff.
But
so I wanted to get to know her and have a chat with her.
I'm beginning to actually feel they have got like this prep before they go inside, which we kind of know it's a bit scripted.
Yeah.
But I still say all human behaviour still bounces off each other. So like you got the energy. So we could come in here and say like, all right, I've got a plan and everything like that, and I'm gonna navigate, because there's some brothers that's not on certain gal in there, and gal are just doing it for the clout and all of that. But eventually your emotions will get tied up with it. They will 1,000,000% get tied up, because these people will feel disrespected if they're not selected. I mean, in the beginning of it all, it was like, who do you want to be partnered up with? Yeah. Some man had to sit on the bench.
Yeah.
And I know them man, they had a good like introduction, and I like to do this and I like to do that. Like it, do you know what I mean? So I know the script doesn't always go to plan with what they're thinking, but I think when they do this Casa Amor thing, that's when you start seeing people's real true colours, because you spend a couple of days there, you've got your game plan, you're gonna go and do what you're doing, and then all of a sudden your emotions do get attached to somebody. Do you know what I mean? You do get angry because you're saying to yourself, like, on the recoupling.
Yeah, this recoupling thing. I don't know.
I think the recoupling was hilarious. I know everybody was shouting at their TV. My timeline was flooded.
I've started doing Insta Lives during. You know when the Umbrella Girl went home? Oh my days.
Yeah.
My days, bruv. I was getting gassed.
Yeah.
I was just excited that she was going home, because I'm like, because you know what it was? She just wasn't a nice person. She didn't come across as a nice person to me. She came across like a little bit bitchy, and a little bit like, there was an episode where they were saying, I think Yandi was talking to some other girl and they were whispering, and she's like, oh, can you not whisper? It's making me uncomfortable. Yeah? Yeah. It's like, well, we're not going to tell you what we're saying to your face, are we? So I get that. And then another point is like day 2, and she wakes up and she's like, oh, you lot snore bear. Like, you've come in here, I understand you're not trying to make friends, but there's no need to be a huge bitch about it. Like, you're just being bit extra, you're just a star.
That is typical human behaviour. When you
can't come in there thinking you're the ish, innit? You can't, I'm the ish and all that. I'm coming here. It don't work like that. You have to put in a little strategy, It's with life. You can't,
but it's the strategy that throws them all off.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's like if you look at human beings' natural behaviour, you will go there with your pre-notion of I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And then when you get there, you might be thrown off by something. Then your whole game plans fell flat on his face. I mean, poor Jordan, he thought he had this thing in the bag. When OVIE stepped in, and it just went a bit haywire. But I tell you, this is my forecast. I know it's gonna pan out in a funny way, but I can see because there's everyday life in this Love Island thing. I know people would like to say that these people are just in up themselves and stuff like that. But the reason why everybody's locking in and it's drawing emotion from them is because we've all probably been in some situation like that. Just like with the Tom and the Moira situation. Yeah. Like any bonehead would have known. Yeah. You go on and repeat what you said with the boys to may have the boys laughing to a girl's face. Yeah. You don't really call.
And like, you know what's mad is that he goes, "What did you say?" Now when she says, "What do you say?" she's probably heard it already, but she's thinking, "Are you dumb enough to say it again?" Yeah. Because if you're not, then I might actually let it slide. But you're stupid enough to say it, thinking it's fine.
I
think you see a lot of guys age and inexperience, and I don't want to be prejudiced about someone's young so then they don't know what they're doing, because there's young guys who do know what they're doing, but I feel like they haven't had enough life experience or relationship type experience to understand how a woman's mind works. And you know, you're just thinking, you're not even thinking with your team, you're just thinking like, you're just not thinking like you're just not thinking at all. Like you don't understand how women work. And I do get it, because when I was that kind of age, I was thinking, I thought it was like this, but when I didn't really think about how they thought, when I should have, because that would obviously
life would have been easier.
Yeah,
life would have been easier.
Yeah, it would have been more, I don't know, but we know obviously someone who might be going on there, you know? Yes, so that would be lit. I ain't gonna lie, that's gonna be lit. Imagine if my man goes on there.
Well, if he does,
how do you think he'll get on? Because we're not going to mention any names of this person's going on, because he might get through, he might not get through. But you've met him once. I've worked with him and I've known him for a little while.
Listen,
so what's your impression?
He will do fantastic. But the only thing I would actually say is, I think he'll fare well. But then at the same token, as I said, sometimes the plan don't go as I think the next thing, somebody could trigger you off. Yeah. Like, do you know what I mean? Like somebody just got something like that's just reminded you or something, and then you fall into this. You know what? I know your personality. You look nasty or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Like I can't stand you and them things there. But I don't know. I'm seeing all of them move around. They're getting surprised with certain people. That's why I said Curtis is probably the nation's most hated, even though Michael will get the flack, because the way Amber was describing her situation, and then Michael handled himself afterwards by expressing the faults. That's why I think it went a bit wrong for him. Do you know what I'm saying? Like he should have stuck to the script as just like, listen, as you said, the connection.
Yeah, I think Danny did that as well. Danny did that as well, and I think what it is they don't. I think how they go about it is wrong. I don't disagree with what they're doing, but how they go about it is wrong. So if you can't. It's like we spoke about this before, innit? About how like he's basically getting another girl by bitching about the girl he's already with. Yeah, that's not the authentic way to do it. If you're being authentic, just be like, yeah, it's going okay, but I feel like you and me, like this is we got more in common or whatever it may be. But you saying, oh, I like you because all of this is wrong with her. It's a bit of a
that's a good point. I believe. When that's how rebounds start happening, because when you remove the factor of what's making you upset, and you carry that into the next situation, it's not really a pure. You haven't really got over it. It's not even. Yeah, it's not purely formed. Like it's not a bond that's just purely formed. So after now that you've got over that and that's finished, and you're just left with the foundation of, because you felt a certain way and you went into it with that. That's where it starts saying, oh my days, it's not really the same way as I thought it was. It doesn't have the same shine or the glare. It's because you was miserable with something, didn't like it, something shiny over here was here.
Grass green on the other side.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? But even the grass needs to be looked after from once in a while. So before you go jumping fence.
I'll be watching it until the end, man. I'll be watching it till I ain't gonna lie.
I think there's going to be more foul situations happening, a lot of calmer situations. And... yeah, we'll just have to.
I'm gonna watch it to the end. It's gonna be lit.
Who's your money on now?
Well, I don't even know. I can't trust anyone.
All right, from the
With
boys.
this,
who's last,
from that situation,
who's
probably,
lasting from the boys?
Probably Tommy and Molly May. I think
Tommy and Molly May
might win.
So they started off as the least.
Yeah, and now see
because of Casa and more. Well, some people end up fighting for their relationships because people tell them their relationship's dead.
Yeah, it's all.
That could be a lie again then.
It's all mad. We'll see what happens. I'll be curious to see what happens. I'll be looking into the very end to see what's going on, and then as soon as they come out of that villa, I'll be like, "Yo, you need to come on the podcast. You need to come and have a chat with me, doing the press days, and just tell them how it is, man." I'm not here to massage no one's ego, innit? I'll be like, "So, Sharif, you got kicked out. Tell me what happened."
I would still love to know what Sharif's real story was because I don't really believe the rumours.
The kicking and the thing. Yeah.
The kicking and the thing and the beach and the jacuzzis, I don't really believe it. Like, so, Sharif, you need to come out of hiding and express it in a tellable book. You get me? Don't just fake it.
You probably will get a book deal even though he's only been in there 10 minutes.
Yeah, hopefully. I just want you one day as well to milk the platform she's got now because she can literally
secure the
bag. She can run to the horses with it still. I know a lot of people where they said in the way she started off, you know, that's why it happened to her because she was too much of the guard, and then some people would be like, well, her guard was necessary. Either way, all the behaviour of what everybody's doing in it, I think is going to affect the nation. People are going to see themselves in a situation and they're like, you know what, bun that this summer I'm not even interested. Nobody's taking me for a fool. I'm not whipped, because that was a very strong word that they threw out to one of the guys. Another thing was just like, I thought I know you, but you're a sly dog. So somebody out there has been like, I've been tricked for the last couple months in the winter, and now the summer's here. They don't know how to behave. Either bikini pics are getting put up with the hair blowing, or man them are sitting there all welled up like Peter Andre now all of a sudden. Like, all of this behaviour is going to come. I'm telling you, when Love Island's finished, you're going to see different characters in everybody.
Well, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah.